All right, the next section we're going to talk about here, and this will be a quicker one, has to do with labor, business, and professional organizations. And it starts off talking about labor unions, but you guys, the next chapter that we're going to do is all about labor unions. So I'm not going to belabor the point. Da-da-da. Um, I'm sorry. So yeah, look, labor unions are when people who have the same job get together and they fight for each other's rights. In full disclosure, I am part of a labor union, UTLA. The strongest labor unions in the country nowadays are teachers' unions. There's lots of us. So I'm very pro labor union. They have helped me over my 21 years of teaching, and I'm appreciative of my labor union. So whenever I talk about labor unions, just understand that I'm probably a little biased. But yeah, historically, labor unions didn't exist. Businesses could treat workers however they wanted to. And workers started banding together and saying, we're not going to work unless you do this for us or that for us, X, Y, or Z. So whether it be increased pay, safer working conditions, better working conditions. For example, when we went on strike a few years ago, we didn't strike for better pay. We took the pay that was offered. It was all about smaller class size, right? Because that's better working conditions for teachers. So that's one of the things that labor unions do. They also do go on strike if they collectively bargain. So we choose some people who's going to bargain our contract for us, and they bargained with LAUSD, and if they didn't give us what we wanted, we went on strike, and then eventually we got part of what we wanted, if not all of it. So that's what labor unions do. A bunch of people who have the same job who work together and fight for things to help the workers. We are much more powerful when there's 40,000 of us together than when there's just me against LAUSD. Guess what? I lose every time. Also, our professional organizations, the AMA, American Medical Association, the National Organization of Realtors, these people band together and they fight for their industry's rights. And oftentimes what they're doing is they're hiring what's called lobbyists who go to DC or to Sacramento or to downtown, and they try and make sure that laws are fair or good for their sector, right? So the AMA is going to hire a bunch of lobbyists to go to DC and make sure the doctors have fair and equitable laws and rights. And the same thing with realtors, the same thing with all of these professional type groups. That's on top of labor unions because, for example, Kaiser has a labor union. So sometimes Kaiser will strike for their rights. These are separate entities. There are lots of these different entities that exist to try and protect workers and their rights. We also have what are some things like the business organizations, like the Chamber of Commerce. I put up a video about it. Check it out. LA has just Chamber of Commerce, and it's a place where your business can show up and try and make sure that your business is being treated fairly, right? Your business is getting all of the rights and the benefits and the things that are going to help your business succeed. So we have all these different layers on top of layers of organizations that help everyone from the lowest employee to professional, groups, doctors, lawyers, dentists, realtors, all the way to actual businesses themselves who can lobby the Chamber of Commerce, and then the Chamber of Commerce is going to go and lobby the legislators and make sure that businesses in their area are getting a fair shake. So yeah, 3 layers of 3 groups that help protect workers and businesses.